Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Interesting NPCs with Skyrim. We are at episode 17. Today we are going to complete one of the quests that we got from last episode while we were talking to George. He gave us another quest as well other than Paper Mirror Book. It is called the Carver and the Collector. It's a side quest actually. Alright, let's see where we are. Okay, that's us. And we have to travel all the way to southwest. Get on the collar, horse is getting a boner.
Outlander.
Wait, what?
By the code of Malakath, this stronghold belongs to the orcs. Your kind are unwelcome.
My kind? Oh, I see. The first rule of Orcish Fight Club is you do not talk about Orcish Fight Club, right?
This is our stronghold. Here we are free to live as Malakath intended, away from the prying eyes of the Nords. You are not an orc, our bloodkin, so stay out. We only help our own.
Okay, so you have to be an orc in order to have orgy over there, right? That's the second rule of Orcish Fight Club. You know what? I don't fucking care.
Out.
Woo! There it is. Oh, that's dramatic. Look at that. Okay, are you touching that body? That's not healthy. Okay. Romarin, yeah, come on over. A dead Breton. Nothing. Okay, did you kill this guy? What is that on your face? It's like there's shit all over it.
Yours is quite pretty. You should cherish it.
Whoa.
A mortal has but one, although she wears many. Brave or bare, pale or plain, little is said, but in time all is written.
Wow.
In forests of grey or in barren canyons of earth. And when the night draws its curtains on twin suns, all that is left is nothing. All that was is hollow. Tell me, my lady, of what do I speak?
Oh, I don't know, you dramatically looked up in the sky and then I was distracted with your breasts. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Could you repeat the question, please?
Aha, we have a brute. If you do not enjoy a good riddle, then surely you can appreciate its answer. For the face I wear is long on beauty, carefully crafted by my own hand. If that puzzles you further, then allow me to explain.
Oh yes, milady, you got me. I'm both a brute and truly puzzled by your breasts. Okay, please explain.
I have served the hollow-faced skin dancers of Nohotogra
Really?
and the witches as far as Devil Rock. I seek the knowledge of forbidden magic, so that the faces my corpses wear will be indistinguishable from the living.
Oh, wow.
Yet, I digress, for what you require first is a name. I am Y'tharil, a sculptor of the dead.
Y'tharil, a sculptor of the dead. You know, you're a long way from home, traveler.
True, although I hail not from Hammerfell, but the grazelands of Morrowind. Still, I could not be farther from my native land, as well as my adopted one.
Your adopted one, okay. How much time did you spend outside of Morrowind?
I spent 40 years in the service of the Hollow Faces, learning the bending of bone and the dance of flesh. I spent another decade studying under the ancient covens of Devil Rock,
Devil Rock?
to study the art of bestial transformation.
Okay, what made you decide to come back?
When I finished my training, it occurred to me that those who ply their trade in deceit could use my services. So I decided to return to Morrowind. Yet the Morrig tongue is no more, and the guilds are as brittle as the undead.
More like tongue. More like, lick my tongue. Who are the hallowed-faced men?
Skin changers, flesh dancers, the tribe of the wandering faces. The hollow-faced men of Nohotogra go by many names.
Wait, what?
Like the chirurgeons of Cloudrest and the slave sculptors of Ayleid lore, they are masters of the art of molding flesh.
Okay, I'm both bored and confused. What does that mean? The faceless men of Hakuma Matata. Anyways, given their skill set, I can't imagine such men were easy to find.
Yes, as their existence is as much folklore as their abilities. I trekked to Hammerfell, unsure if my steps were made in vain.
Okay, and how did you ultimately find the faceless men?
For 7 days and 7 nights, I marched across the dunes of Alikir. I collapsed on a nameless dune, surrendering to the heat and the vultures that loomed overhead. Yet, as the birds descended, their faces lost all expression, their eyes as hollow as midnight.
Okay.
As it turns out, they were not vultures, but men, nomads, crossing the desert.
Oh, wow.
I pleaded for water first, but for direction second. The 3 nomads obliged and led the way.
Yes. Oh.
I had no choice but to follow.
Okay. Why are you looking at me like that? I swear I wasn't looking at your ass. Anyways, you know I wasn't aware that tribal red guards take on foreign disciples so easily.
If your skin is cut by the Alikir and does not bleed, then you are considered worthy. Anyone can follow. Few manage to survive the privilege.
Okay, the privilege. Where did the nomads lead you?
The next morning I woke up and was startled to find myself surrounded by 3 new guides, each bearing no similarity to the last.
Okay.
I insisted no, demanded they tell me what had happened to the others. They said nothing, and once more bade me to follow. So it went as we traveled across the coastal kingdoms, through sandstorms and mountains and the snake pit of Balhar.
Wait, what the hell? Where did you go?
Every night I bade my guides farewell, for every morning I knew another set would take their place.
Do you teleport? You're evil. How long did this go on?
For almost a full season. Finally, the guides led me back to familiar sands, and we followed the stars to the nearest settlement. When we reached the oasis, I thanked the last of my guides, and was about to set off when I realized for the first time I recognized their faces.
Okay.
Sullen eyes, thin lips, and hooked noses. They looked almost like vultures. Then I knew. The guides had never changed. Only their faces.
Looked like vultures, eh? That doesn't sound sexy at all. What happened after you realized who the guides were?
The guide saw my expression and nodded. I asked for his name, and if he would take me on as his disciple. You may follow, he said, but a name I cannot give, for to name a hollow-faced man is to walk the Alikir, and name the grains of sand.
Wait, I have no idea what you just said. It sounded like a food recipe. How do the hallowed-faced men make an omelette with flesh?
Must we prattle on about the particulars?
Well, yeah.
I would much rather spend time in the arms of a young adventurer.
Oh, yeah?
But if you must know, they are assassins, priests. Like followers of Sithis, the Hollows walk the path of the living void. The lifeblood of their magic comes from their tribal gods, to whom they pay tribute at the Shade Temple strewn across the Alikir. They walk this long pilgrimage. The sandstorms cut away at their flesh, shaping their countenance, eroding flesh and bone.
I'm sorry, you lost me when you said in the arms of the young adventurer. I assume you mean metaphorically. I doubt sand can actually shape their flesh.
You may find that hard to believe.
No?
But it is true in Hammerfell sand plays an important role in the shaping of all things.
Is that so?
It is sand that allows the saw to cut and shape blocks of stone. Sand that is glazed on the bone cutter's knife as he reshapes your skull. And that is the answer to your query. It is not flesh that makes a face. It is cartilage and bone. Shape that, and the flesh will form around it.
What about men's private? Can you tell me about that? Okay, just humor me. How does sand cut blocks of stone?
A bed of sand may be as soft as a cloud, but individually each grain is extremely coarse.
Okay.
The ancient stonecutters would lay out a line of sand over a block of granite, then run a saw over that line. It is not the same type of saw we use to cut wood. The saw has no edge. It is there simply to apply pressure. The sand serves as its
Sand
teeth.
serves as teeth. Okay, and how is the sharpness of sand used in face sculpting? I'm being thoughtful. That's why I'm asking.
The sand scalpels of the hollow-faced men are made by binding grains of sand to a small, edgeless knife. The end product is a blade
Oh, really?
that can shape and cut bone as easily as a man shaves his beard.
Okay. And what do you think about my face? I'm willing to let you change my face, as long as you don't use your knives to stick it somewhere else in my body, if you know what I mean.
You have a beautiful face, and if I were still an apprentice, one that I would have very much liked to sculpt.
Okay.
Alas, now that I have evolved as a sculptor, my spells and my scalpel are only for the dead.
That's not evolving, that's actually devolving. Well, I didn't know you were a necrophilia. Do you touch yourself with dead bodies? Anyways, what's the difference between sculpting living and undead flesh?
Restoration. I'm sure you have noticed, but healing potions, spells, and incantations do not repair the dead. Restoring dead flesh, even if it were as pristine as yours, is inconceivable without the knowledge of darker arts.
Oh, as pristine as mine. How so?
I can shape the skull, mold the cartilage, and bind dyes to their pupils to give their eyes luster. Yet, incisions must be made, and incisions can leave scars.
So I don't want to get any scars on my face. Okay, just keep that in mind. You mentioned something about the Witch of Devil Rock.
A coven native to the coast, a league or two north of the Dragontail Mountains. In truth, I would have followed any coven, but after my time in the desert, I longed to see the ocean.
Naturally. But I assume the presence of witches was important too.
Witchcraft naturally aligns with my interests. The ability to transform the body, to lengthen bones and expand the heart is an important skill. It is said the Glenmoral witches once took flight as ravens, and their spells could cure lycanthropy. There was still much I had wished to learn from the beldam of the coven, but such knowledge was only available to the most devoted of supplicants.
I heard somebody's gonna chop off their heads pretty soon, all of them. Anyways, did you learn anything practical from the witches?
If by that you mean combat magic, I picked up a spell or two. Yet a witch's training goes beyond mere fire and ice. There are things practiced in the dark, the art of the forbidden, like how to seduce a male,
Yeah?
or please a female.
Yeah? Tell me more! Why do you want to sell your services as an assassin when you can be a lover?
Isn't it obvious? How can I be a sculptor of the dead without dead people to sculpt?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're a necrophilia. I'm sure you can find plenty of corpses to molest between here and Markarth.
True, but I do not wish to start all over from scratch. Much of my belongings were stolen from my carriage by a group of bandits. For one, there was a male hip bone widened to resemble a female's, crafted by a body sculptor.
Nice. Well, tell me, what's so special about this hip bone?
One of my former masters kept it as a souvenir, an oddity one puts on a desk to start a conversation. However, as a young apprentice bored with magic, it became the very catalyst for my life's pursuit. As my skill improved, I gravitated toward the more difficult arts, the more delicate flesh, none more so than the faces of the undead. Yet it all began with that single sculpted hip bone, one given to me as a parting gift when I left for Hammerfell.
Oh, so I assume it has a sentimental value for you. Okay, I can fetch it for you. By the way, you might want to consider fixing your face too. I'm just saying. Where can I start looking for this hip bone?
As the bandits unloaded my belongings, I overheard one of them discussing his future plans. Something about setting up camp overlooking a sleeping giant. His words only confused me, but perhaps you will be able to make sense of it.
Sleeping giant, eh? There's only one place with that name. I know exactly where they are.
Excellent. I look forward to having my items returned to me. Some are dear to me for sentimental reasons.
I know.
Others are vital for resuming my practice.
Okay.
And I assure you, If you do this for me, you will be handsomely rewarded.
Oh, yes. Are we gonna have sex? Okay. Romarin, we got a mission. Let's go. Do you think she's gonna open her legs for me?
I'll follow.
No? Why do you always have to be different, Romarin? Why? I hate you. I'm just kidding. I love you. Alright, let's see. There's a guy. Are you the bandit? Well, he's not attacking. That means you're friendly. Hello.
Do you like bones, friend? I like bones. You're welcome to touch mine. That's my collection over there. I like to look at them when I sleep. It's like a big puzzle. There's so many types, and they all fit together.
Yeah, for a second there I thought you meant your own bones. That sounded vaguely sexual. Either way, who doesn't like bones, right? Right?
Yes, bones are good. I like to surround myself with them. They make me feel at ease, but I can always do it more. I killed some bandits the other day. They had such nice bones, and not just inside them.
This guy is weird. You kill some bandits? Not bad for a creepy old pervert.
Oh yes, I've gotten quite good at it too. Can't build a tent or start a fire, so I let the bandits do it. I kill them while they sleep, and then I take their bones.
You know what? I like the way you're talking. Your bone collection. Tell me more about your bone collection.
I hoped you would ask me about my bones. I have all kinds. Orc spines, elf legs, and little chicken bones you can wear around your neck. The hands are made from a kajit, I think. A lot of sand in the joints. The fingers are fun to look at. So many little bones. I also have a nice set of hip bones with me too. But it's not part of the collection. Because they're confusing. By Hizmir's beard, I can't tell whether they belong to a man or a woman. It's very important I know what type of bone I'm handling.
Okay, let me see if I can use my Jedi mind trick here. That's because it's not real bone. It's a fake. You will let me take it.
I hadn't considered that. Would explain the peculiar shape. Well, I don't want anything to do with a fake set of bones. Here, you take it.
Cool. Alright, stranger. Tell me, when did you start collecting bones?
About 3 years ago. Lost everything to bandits. Should have listened to that traveling carpenter. He was replacing the logs around the village. I almost said yes, until he started trying to sell me on replacing the floorboards. What's an Imperial know about fine Nord craftsmanship? So I told him to peddle his snake oil somewhere else. A month later, bandits raided my home. Came right through the front door.
Oh, that is sad. What happened next?
They robbed me, beat me, left me for dead. I could reach into my stomach and touch my insides. It was real soft, not like bone. I slumped to the ground, laying my back on the wood. It was rough to the touch. My hand caught a splinter. I thought, even in my final moments, the gods still saw fit to mock me. But when I turned to look at my hand, I saw something rocking gently under the bed. It was an elf potion.
An elf potion? Oh, health potion. For a second there, I thought you said elf potion. I was like, what? Anyways, I don't see the correlation. Bone meal has no health properties.
No, I would never grind up my bones. Bones are best when they're bones, not meal. You see, I survived those bandits, but there were more of them. Villages weren't safe. Road wasn't safe. I had to move around, live in caves. But one day I found a cave that was warm, had clean beds, stocks of food. I couldn't believe my luck. Too tired to think it was the bad kind. I slept better than I had in years. Would have slept right through my own death when the bandits came home. That is, if not for the rattle by the entrance. Heard it loud and clear. Bones. Sweet, wonderful bones. I picked up my axe and ambushed the bandits in their own home. But in the end, it was the bones that saved me.
Oh, I see. So probably they stepped on bone traps. Anyways, what's your favorite type of bone?
Hips are my favorite. Shaped like a butterfly, except they aren't made of butter, but bone.
Oh, you're fun. Are you willing to sell me some of your hip bones? I don't know why I asked. I already got the hip bone I was looking for.
No. You can't put a price on bones. That's just wrong. I hoped you would ask me about my bones. I have all kinds. Orc spines,
And I think
legs,
you're
and
just
little
repeating
chicken
what I
bones you
just
can wear
asked.
around your
Okay,
neck.
thank you.
The hands are made from a kajit, I think. Lot of sand in the joints.
Okay.
The fingers are
Is it
fun
okay
to
if
look
I
at.
just-
So many little bones.
Yeah, get your gold. Romarin, pick up that book.
What do you need? Okay.
Good boy.
Anything else?
Nope.
Some say Rumarin is a feminine name,
Yeah?
but I'm not a girl. I just fight like one.
Well, I never said you're a girl, but, I don't know, you'll be a sexy girl.
I'm right behind.
Alright,
Connects
thank
to
you.
the Foot bone connects to the ankle. No, the ankle isn't just one bone. That can't be
Huh.
right.
You know, I can appreciate some good honest craziness. But that guy is a psychopath. Anyways, what's next? Alright, let's go back. Oh, what the hell? Who's this guy? Are you Conan the Barbarian?
As
Who
a
are
child,
you?
Y'tharil and I would pass time on the road by playing withershins. A fine.
I know, it's weird, right? Look at those guys. Why are you pushing my horse? Hey, get out of here. You're not in the story. Come on. Move.
Yeah?
Yeah, get out. Oh, what the hell? What? Okay, everybody teleports in this game. I know, look at Romarin. He's shocked. He's shocked. Everybody's teleporting here. Why? Ah, cool.
Should we get moving?
Yeah, in a minute. Let me just... Okay, you don't have any...
What do you need?
By any chance... Okay, let me just unburden myself. Here, this is a book I just collected. You hold on to it.
You know what they say, timing is all about something or other.
Okay.
What is it?
Yeah, hello, lady. Yeah, I got the bone, hip bone.
Marvelous. And with minimal damage, I see. Although these stains are rather curious.
Yeah.
In any case, you have my
Yeah,
thanks.
let's have sex.
The item was incredibly dear to me, as are you for returning it. As such, you have certainly earned your reward.
Yes.
I must say it is most handsome, but it was not always so.
Yes. Open your...
This orc skull has been carved to resemble a human. It is by far one of my proudest achievements as a sculptor.
Wait, what?
I filed off the tusks and contracted the jaw using techniques practiced by the ancient Yokudans for binding feet. It was a passing fancy of mine to sculpt orcs into humans before I found my true calling as a sculptor of the undead. When my name is known throughout Tamriel, this skull may be considered a priceless historical artifact, a symbol of a road almost taken.
Well, that's not what I wanted. I thought we were gonna have sex. You know what, lady? You're really demotivating people. First you said you want to open your arms for a young adventurer, and then you gave me a fucking skull. I could have collected hundreds of these skulls from a Nordic ruin. That's not the kind of reward I was expecting.
What did you expect? A mirror? No, that would be irony. But what I have given you is indeed handsome in appearance as well as in value.
No, it's not.
So do not fret. I am sure Skyrim is home to at least one shopkeeper who is discerning enough to recognize its worth.
Come on, none of the shopkeepers would wanna buy a fucking skull. That's just 5 gold piece. You're a fucking asshole. Tell me about the Alien slave sculpture.
It is well known that the Aliens kept entire stables full of slaves, relying on their labor to build their shrines and monuments. Back then, slaves were valuable commodities. Stronger specimens, like yourself for instance, would be highly valued on the market. Of course, it is believed this led to underground operations, where the bodies of weaker slaves would be modified to appear robust.
Yeah, I don't care. But since I'm concerned, what's a chirurgeon?
The High Elves have long been obsessed with their appearance, namely maintaining a similarity to their ancestral Aldmer. In time, the practice extended to other, more practical uses. Highborn often have their faces chiseled to maintain the appearance of youth. Thieves, criminals, and necromancers will pay a large sum to change their identity. The chirurgeons of Cloudrest accommodate them all.
Oh, chirurgeons. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Okay,
Safe
it was...
travels.
Shut up. It wasn't a pleasure. You don't even have something to steal. Fuck off. Ah. Okay. Well, at least we got some gold there. Can you believe this, Romarin? Oh, this whole trip was a waste. Alright. Let's go back somewhere. Alright, thank you all for watching. I'm just gonna cut the episode right here. Next episode, we're gonna
Let me know
start
if there's anything else you need.
one of the main quests. I'm gonna see what we have.
This one's a favorite.
Alright,
of mine.
thank you all for
Legend we
watching.
all
Have a
know
good
and
day
love.
or night or whatever it is, your
Our
time
hero,
zone.
our
I bid you
hero
farewell.
claims a